I think is that Photoshop for video editing?
Yes, we is using Photoshop to edit videos.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's what I didn't think Photoshop could do it, but I guess it
Yeah,
can. Yeah, that's a good thing.
I had no clue.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But I believe the oh, I have it open here.
Oh, okay.
So, but I believe only CS6 can do it because of this little thing here, timeline.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not sure about the regular CS6, but the extended does have this.
All right.
I have Creative Cloud, CC.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And is that part of that you know of? Or?
I
I have
guess
no
so.
idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about doing Creative Cloud, but I don't do
If
Lightroom
you,
works for me for just about everything I need. So
yeah.
I already paid my money, so I didn't need to pay another $15 a month or whatever they charge for Creative Cloud.
Yeah, Lightroom is great. I mean, yeah, for photography part, I use it the most. But I also want to be a filmmaker, so for that I
Oh,
need Adobe Premiere Pro and After Effects as well.
yeah. Premiere is,
So
I believe, is something else.
yeah,
I haven't tried it, but I bet it has a lot more control than
Yeah,
Photoshop in terms
yeah.
of video.
I thought
I
about it
learned
too, but
Lightroom is like, sorry.
oh, no, that's what I was going to say. Lightroom does everything I need to do from a
Yeah.
Yeah,
photo
it's
editing.
very user friendly as well, and you don't need to like if you start fiddling with Lightroom, you would over a period of time, over a period of like a month or two, you would get to know most of the controls. But with After Effects and Premiere Pro, I actually had to go get onto YouTube and learn it from the experts. You
Oh,
cannot learn it on your own.
Hmm.
mm.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. It's got so many features that
Yeah.
you really have to dig into it and spend a lot of time.
Something with Photoshop. It's the same with
Yeah,
Photoshop.
it has a lot of too many features. These
Yeah.
are like
No, but it's simple enough. But the first time it's overwhelming. Just
Yeah, there's a lot to.
Raj, if you want to try on CC,
Mhm.
here's window, and then you have timeline here.
Right. Okay.
So this enables basically the movie timeline,
Okay,
and
which
then it
allows you to
just
drop clips
yeah
or images on and then
yeah
line them up and
yeah.
blend
So
between and that type of stuff.
blue is video. Here this is purple.
Hmm.
Is smart objects or photographs, and then you have the audio tracks here, and then
Green.
basically it's just
Understood.
layers. So
Hmm. Okay,
just
so yeah, so it runs the same way as image editing. You just add different layers.
yeah.
Same basic.
It's just like video editing. That's how it does. We do it on Premiere Pro. That's amazing.
Hmm. Huh. Well, cool. That's I'll let you guys do that because I'm not paying. What is it? It's like $600 to buy the box, or 18 or $20 a month to do the Creative Cloud, something like that.
Yeah, I got a package deal from the film school, so
Mm-hmm. Okay. There you go.
That's
That's a good
awesome.
idea. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
The
So
the,
it was
the
a part of
student
my
the
fee
student
that I paid.
discount. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, they must have given us some I think I got the PC and the laptop I don't use anymore. I had to get rid of the laptop and get my own rig. So because video editing is very resource consuming thing, so it
Yes, it
requires you
is.
to
It
put in a
it
lot of
slows. You need a
resources.
lot of memory and a lot of in a processor. Sometimes it's
Processor,
optimized to work with the software so it can get through and do stuff. Yeah.
yeah, because most of the load goes onto the processor because the memory as your graphic card doesn't help you too much. So you need to have like really powerful processor and you need a lot of RAM as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. That is one of the things. A fast processor, lots of RAM, and an okay video card, but it's getting the latest and greatest video card isn't gonna speed up your video processing probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't help too much. I
Yeah.
have like 750 Ti on my machine, on the latest one that I got, because I don't need too much graphic power. I think Lightroom and Photoshop, and I think all Adobe products use some part of the graphic card, but not too much. So for that, this much is sufficient.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep. Yep, it's amazing. All the features and everything we have now just requires more and more resources, though. And just amazing. Okay, I'm going to jump into the photo share, and then I don't know if you guys have any thoughts, but I posted on the summary for this one. Any tips or things that you guys are doing from a photo sharing / photo sales applications or that type of thing? I'm using a blog with a link to Zenfolio, which I've been using for almost a year, and I'm coming up on the renewal time for that. So I'm trying to investigate if there's any other options that might work as good or relatively the same, but maybe cost a little bit less. So I don't know what everybody's doing that, but once we get through the images, maybe we can talk a little bit about that, because
Sure.
it's something that is I know a lot of people want to be able to do now, is display their images, and if somebody wants to purchase them, make it easy for them to do that. So
Mhm.
go and start the screen share here, and I'll start with here's a lot. Everybody can see that?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yep.
This is the last image from last week. Joe with Nikki, and
Awesome shot.
yeah, he's.
And I do want to apologize because I posted a lot of pictures this week.
No, that's fine.
I was until Tuesday maybe. I saw the group and no one posted. I'm like, is this gonna be 0 photos this week?
No,
I
most of
posted
the
a
time.
few.
I usually don't post any of mine until Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday most of the time. And then Joe, if he posts them, it tends to be near the end of the week, and Tim is the same way. So yeah, just post up however many you want. We're good with that. The more the better. Yep. So
I
that's
didn't have anything to post.
that's okay. We'll still let you in. That's
Yeah.
fine.
I usually don't get late, but this time I got a little busy. I was expecting my MBA results, and I got my MBA results today, and I'm an MBA now, like
Oh,
legally.
congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yes.
So I was a little busy with that, and my niece and nephew are here, so got a
Okay.
little busy. So I
Yeah.
posted the images last week.
Yeah. Very
Yeah, but
nice ones. Yeah, and I'd say family trumps
Yeah.
photography anytime. So, yeah.
yeah, so this week I don't have anything. I had posted one that was crappy, so I took it back. So
Okay. Well, we made up. He posted enough for both of you, I guess.
Yeah.
And
great.
speaking of this first one you did, you call it overexposed. Is this a reflection in a?
No, it's a multiple exposure.
Okay.
This was with the Diana F Plus.
Oh, okay.
It's 4 exposures of the same place. I just turned it 90 degrees 4 times.
Okay.
3 times actually. But
Yeah.
there you go. I believe I put there's a link to the location
Oh, okay.
if you want to see the original.
Oh, okay. So it's a
Hey,
piece
Tim.
of artwork then, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool. And that's you did a pretty good job of almost
Keeping
getting
the
it lined
center,
up
yeah.
around
Yeah.
the center. And you weren't using a tripod or anything. You were just holding it.
No, I was just holding it, and how I did that was holding the tip of the lens. So
Yeah. Very cool. That came out. Multiple exposures are fun to do. I've done a couple. I can do it with the Rolleicord, and I've done 2 or 3. And I posted one in the group here, maybe 3 or 4, and maybe 5 or 6 months ago. And I think I'm gonna try some more here later on this summer. We're going up to Chicago for a while, and I think that'd be neat with some of the architecture and artwork there. Hey Tim, welcome.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim.
We have Very good. So we're just looking at Hui's multiple exposure of a piece of artwork, and it came out pretty good. Now, what kind of compensation did you? Um, there's some formula that you do when you compensate for multiple exposures. Is there?
Yeah, but I didn't think too much about it.
Okay.
But what you have to do in multiple exposures, if this is what you're referring to, is imagine portrait. You want to get the background light, so you have a white background and then the portrait
Mm-hmm.
as a silhouette, and then the second exposure is gonna fill in the silhouette with the texture or whatever you take a picture of.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But in this case, I was pretty far. I didn't worry too much about it, but it came out good.
Yeah, it came out really cool. That's yeah, that's fun, and that's one thing that you can definitely do with the film cameras that you can't do. Can you do it with digital? I don't think so. No, you can't.
Yeah,
Or you can?
Nikon has since the D7000, I believe,
Okay.
and Canon only from the high-end cameras.
Okay. All right.
I have D5000. It lets me shoot multiple exposures.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
There you go.
So does it? It must take the individual exposures and then combine them via the camera software. Then I would guess. Yeah.
Yes, that's what you do. You take like you select pictures, and then the software does the job.
Okay.
You can do it on Photoshop as well.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can do it in post processing. Yeah, and I think Lightroom might allow you
With
to
film
do
is
it.
with film it's difficult. You need to be really smart.
Yeah, and you get some interesting effects, and it's truly a multiple exposure because it's all in the same piece of film, which is interesting. But like you said, you do have to compensate and make some allowances for the number of images that you're putting on the same piece of film, so you have to adjust it. But yeah, that's a neat abstract shot. Okay, pinhole shot.
Yeah,
All right.
using the Diana also.
Okay.
This is at a train station. That's an elevator.
Okay. And about how long of an exposure was this?
It was a long time ago, but around 3 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Was it handheld?
It was on top of my bag.
Okay. So.
I really wish they'd invent something which is like a very easy to carry tripod kind of thing, because carrying a tripod with you is a pain, but
Yeah.
at times you really feel like you should have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people do those just a monopod, and they use it as a walking stick, and then that's better than nothing, but it's still not as good as a tripod. I mean, a good sturdy tripod makes a huge difference.
You're gonna tilt the camera anyways.
Yeah, it's but yeah, that's an interesting shot, and that's an elevator coming up into the up the train station. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very neat. And here's some more light painting.
Yeah, but this was stationary, so I moved the camera.
Okay.
It was very tricky to get the path right.
Yeah, there's the original. There's the light right there.
Yeah.
So you just so the total exposure was about a second. Is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. You did pretty good for moving it all that way in a second.
Yeah, a lot of trial and error.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the little white part at the left, the left tip, that right there, that's the moon.
Oh, okay. There's a street light and then the moon.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. And how many tries did
that was a tricky one.
Yeah, how many tries did it take you to get this?
This was the 5th or the 4th.
Okay.
Because I knew the shape, I knew how I wanted and how I had to tilt the camera.
Mm-hmm.
But
To keep the lens centered on the light,
it
right?
was with the point and shoot.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, because you have to keep the sensor focused on the light, so you have to tilt the camera and keep it in view of the light source as you move it around.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
And I
interesting. Which is
almost cropped
more
that bit.
difficult than standing in front of it and painting because
Yeah.
yeah, very cool. I like that. So we've got a coda shape, whatever the staff was, and then we got a
Yeah.
star. So I'm going to make a
It was
request.
the
I
same
want a
night.
beer mug. I want you to do light painting of a beer mug.
A beer mug. Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
I'll
the
try that.
challenge.
I'll try that.
Yeah, cool. That's neat. Very creative. I like that. Um, abstract. So this looks like a grate
Yeah,
of
I
some
kept
kind.
on thinking, what is it?
Looks like a vent or something, like an air conditioning vent or heating vent.
Really?
It's in the ceiling.
Oh,
That's a
that's
ceiling
awesome. Ah,
Okay.
that has that design. I don't know why they put that like that, but that's the whole ceiling like that.
Huh.
the entire ceiling is like that because
Yeah.
it's too big for an AC vent, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, I guess it is. If that's a whole ceiling, yeah. N5 says reminds me of Tron, a movie from the
Yeah.
early '80s.
I did remember that.
Yep. They
When
remade
I
it a few years ago too. They remade. It wasn't as good as the original, but
yeah.
it's still yeah, very cool. Very creative. I like that. And this is after you had too much beer. You fell down. You woke up and took a picture.
This was while riding a bike with a friend of mine.
Okay.
So we did a little break. Oh, there's a little shade. Take a picture.
I was gonna say, well, the picture you posted last week of the guy falling on the mountain bike. Well, this is what he did when he woke up after.
Yeah.
Took a picture.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. Got the pine trees, I guess those are. Yeah.
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 Look like the pine trees in my backyard. The real tall trunks with just a knob of branches at the top of the tree. So yeah, cool. You're getting some interesting perspective shots here. Like that. Yeah, this looks like you went fishing.
No.
Oh, okay.
Um, this was with the F4 with the 70-300
Oh, okay.
push and pull.
Okay.
One of those old ones, but nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this fisherman. It comes in the later photo, and he was pulling the hook, and then he just laid the fishing. What do you call it?
With the bobber? Or
The fishing pole,
uh-huh.
right? He just laid it, and that was just hanging. So I took a
Oh, okay.
picture of it.
Okay. From a distance, then this was probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
minimum 70 millimeters. But, I used maybe more.
Yeah. Okay.
Was yeah, I don't have the EXIF.
Yeah. It's a neat combination of colors. You got all the blue of the water, a little bit of the blue in the bobber, and then the bright orange at the top. So that's a neat.
So yeah.
That's a neat combination of colors there. All blue except
Looks
for
like a very planned shot.
Thank you, but it wasn't. Yeah, I liked it because the blue of the ocean in the back was blurred, and you can see clearly the. What do you call that?
I call it a bobber, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a little flotation device. Yeah, it holds the. Keeps
Okay.
it falling into the water. Yeah, bobber, I guess. Or
So I
buoy.
focused on that.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. It's a neat.
Got sharp against
Uh-huh. Yeah,
the
you got
bouquet.
the whole bobber is
Yeah.
pretty sharp. You even have you can see the detail of the weights and the the knot
Wire.
and everything on the water. Yeah, the leader for the hook and everything, with the water just being really blurred out in the background. So yeah, it's a neat one. And I like this one. This is, and you got that seagull to stay there just long enough.
Yeah.
That is a very old
Call it-
building, I'm assuming.
What?
A very old
Yeah,
building.
yeah. It was like a fort right on top of this cliff.
Okay. So it's probably.
And all I did
sure
there
it's
was
from
a little,
outside, right? It's kind of hanging out over the cliff.
yeah.
Okay.
Actually, that
Did you
blue.
wait for the bird?
Did I what?
Did you wait for the bird to come in?
No,
Like,
he
it
was
was
already
already
there.
there.
Yeah.
Yes, you got lucky.
Lucky shot, yeah. And all I did here was a little straightening.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Yeah. That's
but
cool.
yeah.
That's neat. You got all the the stonework. You can just see the age of the building. I guess this is moss probably, or
Yeah.
like, and then you got this little plant that's managed to find a toehold on the edge of the turret there. And yeah, that's a nice shot. And then you've got the bird on top, which kind of, yeah, it's a neat, lots of color, lots of texture, nice blue background.
Yeah. That bottom left part, I do believe it's the ocean connected to the sky kind of stuff.
Okay, so ocean down here going into the sky.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, was this a telephoto lens that you used?
Yeah, the same I use for the other
Okay.
one.
So it compresses the background and kind of helps all that stuff blend together in the background then.
Yep.
Yeah, very nice. And then, oh, here's the guy, huh? This is the
Yep.
guy that was Barbara. Okay. All right. So where were you when you took were you off to the right or to the left when you took that other shot?
I was off to the left behind him,
Okay.
and I took the shot because he was doing something to this side.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very neat. And I like this in black and white. This is nice.
Yeah, it's a little dirty.
Yeah, there's a few dust spots and stuff, but that,
You know, I was listening to a podcast from a large format photographer, and he was talking about like how it's difficult to identify a photographer's style if he shoots color, and you know, it's much easier to identify a photographer's style if he or she's shooting black and white.
I have to think about that, but I could see how that would. Yeah.
It does make sense.
Yeah. I think it does. And
I don't know, but
well, it's interesting. I was looking at some of the, I was going through a lot of my images last week and just kind of looking at stuff, trying to see if I was starting to develop any kind of, things I like to shoot and that type of stuff. And I think I am, and it is easier to see that in my film shots because I do very little conversion digital to black and white. If I shoot digital, I leave it in color for the most part, but almost all my black and white is film, and that might be part of it as well. And it's just that film gives a different look, and I think that might be part of what he was talking about, Raj, was that the film has a unique look, and people who shoot black and white film tend to like certain films over others, and they have a certain look to them, which is why people like them. So that might be part of it as well.
And we did talk about it last week, and to shoot film and black and white, you have to think about photography in a different way.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you have to see light,
So,
and you have to look at the world a little differently. Yeah. And here's one from Tim. Now this is a very, I'm assuming is this a live person or a sculpture?
Yeah, it's a real person.
Yeah.
Because he noticed I was taking a photo, he turned and smiled.
Yeah. Now the question is it does look like he's floating, but that's not really true. Or is he balancing on that hole?
Yeah, they're quite good. You can sort of see the frame on the mat underneath. That's obviously like a scaffold pole that came, and the suit's rigged. I'm assuming he's sitting inside the suit.
Okay.
Move his legs, he can move his feet and stuff. There's a few of them. There's one that just sits on the air all day. But it's quite good because he can move around quite a bit.
So this probably, the top part is probably solid, or relatively solid, which provides the support. Huh. That's interesting. I was like, boy, that guy must have incredible core strength. He might be like just balancing like that. Yeah. And he gets lots of attention, I'm sure. Yeah.
Very impressive shot.
Yeah. The color is great.
Yeah, he's just popping out.
Yeah. The green.
His expression is very good.
Yeah.
And his glasses are giving, like, everything is fine.
Yeah, he's got some nice reflection in the glasses. He's totally playing to the camera, which is what you want.
Yeah.
The people in the background looking at, they're like, what the? How's he doing that? I mean, this lady here, she's just looking. It's like she just noticed the guy and was like, wait a minute, he's just floating. So that's
it's that third shot because I've got a nasty habit of just shooting the AE one in AE mode. And then, because it was a really bright sunny day, it kept shoving the aperture through the roof.
Okay.
Of course, to blur the background, obviously, it would blend in quite well with the. So that was about the third go. I thought, I'm going to have to go manual and tell it what to do.
Okay. Yeah. That came out very good. That would be an. Did you post this to any of the street photography groups in Flickr?
I put it up on the, no, not Flickr. I did put it on the Analog group we belong to on Google Plus.
Yeah, that's a good street shot because that guy's just part of the neighborhood. He's probably out there almost every day doing that.
Probably.
And it's not a true, I guess, street shot from the aspect that it's completely candid, but. These people here in the background could care less that you're photographing the guy. They're looking right at the guy. So that's kind of a neat. It's a neat, very nice shot. And the light and the color, the shadow on his jacket and his outfit is neat. That's a nice shot. I like that.
What did you shoot it with?
My Canon AE one.
All right. And the lens?
That's the 50mm 1.4.
All right. That's why the background is like blurred.
Yeah.
And what film did you use?
That's Fuji C200, which is like the cheapest colour film I could get my hands on.
Just a basic, everyday 200.
As soon as you get film.
Yeah. I have a roll of Fuji Superia 200 that I'm almost done with in one of my cameras that I've got to. It was one I went to the camera shop and it was $2 each, or 5 for 10, no, $3 each or 4 for 10 or something like that. And I bought 4, and I very rarely shoot color. And I was like, I got to shoot some of this. So I've got one more frame to take, and then I'll have that one done, and then I'll probably take a couple up with me when we go up to Chicago and just shoot some stuff in color. 35mm color. Yeah.
I get Kodachrome. That's the one I get here.
Yeah, it's.
Is that Ektachrome?
Sorry, I'm sorry, not Kodachrome. Kodacolor. Kodachrome is discontinued.
Yeah. Okay. So the Kodacolor, which is their standard color film, pretty much. Okay.
That's the cheapest here.
Yeah. And to be honest, if you do a good job of exposing, of setting the exposure, that film is going to do a perfectly fine job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did get some slide film to try out.
Oh, okay.
I went up to London with my dad, and he was shooting Velvia 50. It'd be interesting to see what he's got.
Velvia. I don't remember.
Yeah, everyone talks about Velvia, but aren't they expensive?
I think it's about a £10 roll of film.
I got the Sensia.
Okay. Now is that a what's the ASA on it? Is it a
This is 100.
100? Okay.
Daylight. Fujichrome Sensia 100. 24 frames. Okay.
All right. That's interesting.
Got
I
it.
haven't shot slide film yet. It's all been print.
I do love the smell.
Okay. Yeah, that's. I might have to try some slide. I wonder if can you get 120 slide film? Probably not. I don't know.
No,
I have to look.
guess not, because I suppose the idea of slides is they were used in a slide projector.
Yeah, you would need a really large slide projector. Yeah, this is the film I got for. Oh, I'll stop the screen share here for a second. The Fujicolor 200.
Yeah.
Just their basic color film C41. I can take it to the camera shop, the guy that fixes old cameras, and he'll develop it for $5. You know, and I could drop off a couple rolls, go to lunch at a restaurant, come back 45 minutes later, and have a couple rolls done and ready to go. So.
And just to show you the Mamiya kit.
What do you do after you get your film developed? You shoot them with a DSLR or you get them scanned?
I scan them. I have a Canon flatbed scanner.
Oh, okay.
And I've gotten pretty good results, but that's one of the things I'm considering is whether I want to get a higher quality scanner.
You might shoot them with your DSLR. That's also a good option.
Yeah, Tim has done that. Tim has done.
That's what I was doing at first.
I've done that too.
What, use a DSLR to scan?
Yeah, I do that, and
Yeah, me
I get
too.
raw files, so I get like all the control once again in case I need to. But yeah, dynamic range on film is just amazing. You cannot.
Yeah,
But
completely.
even while editing, you can feel the difference. That there's like 6 stop of dynamic range difference very clearly.
Yeah.
It's like there's no doubt. You would see and you would feel that how did this portion not get overexposed? You know.
Yeah.
Because DSLRs, we've gotten used to it, that a certain part, if you cross your limits beyond that, it will get overexposed. But with films, while editing, you would feel that, oh my god, this should have gotten overexposed, but this is all clear. It's visible.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No,
Still, there's a difference.
I scan into a raw file, and then dump that into Lightroom. And you're right, the dynamic, the range that you have with even a decent quality film scan is much more than you would on a digital image. So it's quite amazing. You can really adjust things up and down and still have room to go. So it works great.
Rui, it's not in focus. Can you please put it in focus?
This is my Mamiya kit. I'm using my DSLR as my webcam. So sorry about that.
Yeah, I would want to learn how to do that.
I'm using my Canon software. It has remote shooting. You can do the same using Lightroom, which is tethered shooting, and then I'm sharing the window. So.
Okay.
I thought your web camera was good.
Yeah, that's the advantage of using a DSLR. You can get a pretty good.
Yeah.
Very good image.
Your Mamiya is that
camera to the
35
best image.
millimeter? Or is it?
Yeah, this is my Mamiya kit. I was talking about the last week. It is the Mamiya with the 2.0. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2.0. I'm gonna try to show you. I don't have any control over the exposure.
Oh yeah, the focus on on the camera.
So this is what I have. And about that, the those photos, black and white, we were talking about the other week with 100 film. So I was shooting B, which is bulb, here.
Okay.
And then I was calculating the exposure and whatnot. Here is the ASA or ISO
Okay. Yeah.
of the film, and then the compensation.
Okay. All right. And then you've got f-stop and shutter speed on the lens itself, right?
Just the f-stop.
Okay. All right. Huh. Interesting.
All right, guys. Talking about Mamiya reminded me of one quick thing. Small quiz, fun part. Um, this Leica people they just introduced a watch, right?
Yeah.
Limited edition watch. They would only make like 100 of them. Just guess, a wild guess. Give me a wild guess. What would be the cost of that watch?
50,000.
I'm going to say $75,999.88.
Okay, Tim. What about you?
And that's got to be thousands, isn't it?
Joe, what's your guess? Leica people introduced a limited edition watch, right? And the dial closes like an aperture ring over a period of time. So, what do you think would be the cost? 100 of them are being made, limited edition, 100 pieces.
You know, I heard about this.
Me too. I read an article about it, but I don't remember.
I don't. Yeah, I just can't remember how much the damn watch was. Yeah, I wanna say somewhere in the $75K range. Yeah.
All right, it's $25,000.
25, yeah.
What a deal! I'll take
25, 20. Oh yeah, you can take 3 per family.
And what's the significance of the lens you're holding up? Or that's an extension, isn't it?
3 extenders. I was showing my Mamiya kit.
Yeah, the ones the images he posted. Was it last week, right? Yeah, you posted images using the extenders on that. Yeah.
And these are the extenders, so it doesn't say what it extends to. But there you go, 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
Yeah, I know what order they go in because they're numbered. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it's like, it's a good thing it was 1, 2, and 3 because man.
These letters.
Yeah. Yeah, you know that watch? I remember hearing about it. I just I couldn't. I don't know if I heard about it like last week or something, but I remember hearing about that.
And
that's a lot of money for. Although in the world of luxury watches, $25,000.
That's not bad.
It's not. Yeah. Well,
considering there are only 100 pieces. Yeah.
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 100 with a Leica on, with the name of Leica on it.
Yeah, and Leica doesn't make watches, so it's going to be a rare thing anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, is it actually going to be made by Leica, or is it going to be made by Rolex or some other manufacturer, I wonder?
I don't have any idea. I think it has
Casio.
got to be some expert. Yeah, it has to be Omega or something. Rolex, Omega, or something like that.
Yeah, they'll pick a high-end manufacturer and do it. Yeah.
Hey Joe, from no camera to the best quality in the group, huh?
Yeah, no doubt. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Look at him going, man. This guy's showing off over here.
Good way to do it.
Yeah, heck yeah. Now it's like, yeah, look at me, bitches. Huh? What you think now? Yeah. Yeah, I had to finish. I don't know if you got my message, Mark. I had to finish 3 more edits. I had to get that done, so I was like, they were counting on me, so. So
hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to have people pushing you to get stuff done. That means you've been doing stuff.
Yeah, it's it's a trip, man. How you get people that work with you. They think really highly of your work and all this stuff, and you're just like, wow, really? What? You know what I'm saying? They're just like, no, I have to have you do it. Like I've had my first time this week, I edited someone else's images. They wanted me to retouch them, so I, I can't show any of those, but it's. Yeah, it was insanely flattering to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and also the first time I've worked with ARW files. I never worked with ARW files. I never even heard of that format before. It's a Sony format.
Sony, okay, that's what I thought. But you're going to start seeing more and more of those of that format because Sony seems like they're really making a push into the high-end camera world.
Yeah, you know how all the metadata's in there, and I couldn't believe the guy gave his raw files. I mean, I never would. When I send files to a retoucher, I always give TIFF files. I'll give really high quality TIFF files or Photoshop files if they want, but I ain't giving you my raw files. I don't care how bad you suck it. I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but in any case, I can't remember the camera, but it is a pretty darn nice Sony camera.
Yeah, they're seems like they're making a push. They came out with the second version of their full frame mirrorless, I think. Maybe it hasn't been released yet, but it's going to be pretty soon. And
yeah, I think it's. I don't remember the name. It's. Yeah, they did come up with that thing. They came up with like a compact camera with full frame. It's a compact camera, but it has a full frame sensor.
Right. Yeah.
X100.
Is it the X100? Is that what it is?
It's the AR7 or something.
That's the AR7.
Yeah.
There's two of them.
No. A7R, A7 and A7R are different. Now they came up with, I think it's R10 or something. I don't know. I'll have to check it. Hang on, just continue the discussion. I'll find it.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm gonna jump back into the images real fast here, and see. We were looking at Tim's Amazing Floating Man.
Oh,
which I thought was pretty cool. Just a nice color shot, street shot, and the guy's totally hamming it up for the camera too, which is great. That's just a good, and it was a film shot too, so that's always a bonus. And just very vivid color. I mean, that green is great. That's a fantastic color. He gets a lot of attention with that, I'm sure, which is the whole point. But yeah, very cool. And then this was my one contribution this week. Another film. This was out of the Olympus OM1. The car show last weekend. Was it last weekend? Yeah, must have been last Sunday. And this was a Studebaker Hawk from 1961 was the year, and it was owned by a guy or a kid in college. He had to be 21, 22 years old. He got it from his uncle, inherited it from his uncle, who got it from his grandfather. His grandfather bought it new in 1961. Kept it in the garage. So it's basically all original. The original paint, original interior. It's got dings, a little bit of rust on it. I mean, and the kid's like, I'm just going to leave it like this so everybody knows what the car looked like back in the day. And it's got but the shape. I mean, this is, the rear quarter panel with the wing and all that was just a very, very nice looking car.
Yeah, I like that part a lot. I like I like all the grain in it and stuff. I don't. What did you say you shot that with, Mark?
This was Olympus OM1. It was Ilford FP4, Tim. FP4 Plus. Yeah. So it's got some nice grain. It's a 125 speed film, and just did a pretty good job. So
I thought when I first saw it, I thought you nailed your depth of field on that.
Yeah.
It's out of focus almost on each either side of that hawk. Right. Did you use the preview on the lens?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
A good guess.
Yeah, it was. I like this car show, but there were so many people there. People were walking around, and I kind of sat there, and people were walking behind, and I had to sit there for about 2 or 3 minutes until they cleared out, and then I was like, hurry up and take the shot before somebody comes in and sticks their foot or their body in front of the frame, because people don't care. I mean, they just don't. They're oblivious to you sitting there with a camera, so they just walk in front of you, and which is fine. I mean, it's not set up for me to photograph, but people just are oblivious to what's going on around them. They see a car or something that they like, and they just make a beeline for it, and don't care if anybody else is around them. So.
That's insane. I know that in London I was suffering analog photography rage.
Mm-hmm.
I think people just, when I was younger, if someone was obviously taking a photograph, you never walked in front of them. Because if they pushed the button, you've just cost them a shot. But of course, I suppose these days I think, oh, we'll just take another one.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, don't get this cost me 50 cents. Get out of the frame. Get out of the frame.
Yeah, that's what that's a whole nother thing too. Is that people are so used to digital now that it's like, oh yeah, what's the big deal? Oh, he can Photoshop that, or know. But they don't realize that you're actually using a real old darn film camera. And each push costs you money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, you could have, but you don't know if you got it or not. There's been plenty of shots where I thought I got it, but then you get it developed and there's a foot in the frame or an elbow.
You know what would help with that? I promise you, Mark. You know what helps with that?
Autofocus.
Autofocus. Yeah. But you know what'll help with the crowd is a tripod. I swear. You set up a tripod.
Did you use it this time?
And people see you set up for a shot.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're just like, whoa, okay, hold on. You know what I'm saying?
You're probably right. Yeah.
So you're going to get a better shot. Plus, you're going to get people aware of, oh yeah, hello, I'm not just Joe Schmo snapping a shot of this car. I'm actually concentrated on this shot. Like, I am an actual photographer here taking a picture of this car. You might want to go around or something,
Yeah, that's a good point.
I get like really professional response from people. Tripod is like, I don't know, people's way of assessing whether you're a professional or not, or I don't know, but yeah, tripod means they think that you're doing something serious, very serious. Don't disturb this guy.
It does, really. I mean, when you're at a public type of thing like that. Now, of course, I've been kicked out of many things, man, just for whipping out the darn SLR, But at a car show, though, there's certain situations where it can be seriously helpful.
Mm-hmm. I agree, and I get into the habit of just walking around with the camera and seeing something I like and shooting it. I have gone a couple times with the tripod, but I found it kind of inconvenient, but it's probably worthwhile. Yeah.
Just carrying it is a pain.
Yeah.
It's kind of like one of those deals. Like, see, I'm really used to it. I got myself used to it in the very early days, so it doesn't.
What do you use,
I
Joe?
can't go without tripod. I do video work as well, so tripod is like basic requirement. But
yeah, me too.
I have to have it. Yeah.
If I at least have it in my truck, I have a truck, so I at least have it in my vehicle, so that I can get to it. Like I always have it close by. In other words, and or it might be helpful if you're worried about moving around and stuff and weight, just to have a monopod even would be,
what do you have as a tripod?
Yeah, what do I have? I forgot. I can get it though, really quick. It's in the garage.
Yeah,
The Manfrotto thing.
Yeah,
the way.
Is that a Manfrotto thing?
I think so. Hold on a second.
Yeah, has to be that. That's the problem.
And you, Raj, what do you use?
I have I have like 3 different tripods. I have a good one, the Manfrotto one, and then I have
Okay.
2 really cheap ones, like really cheap ones.
I do have one which came with the camera. It was a bundle. So I got the bag, the extra card, and the tripod. And it's a cheap one. It's a hammer.
The aluminum one, right? Aluminum.
Ah,
Aluminum.
aluminum.
Aluminum. For
um,
me and for Tim, it's aluminum, right?
Yeah,
yeah, aluminium.
it's one of those words that
Aluminium.
Aluminum. Oh, you know what it is? I have a Manfrotto head.
Yeah.
I have a
These are.
Manfrotto head.
I want to
and,
buy that head. I want to buy that head. That's the ball head, right?
No, this is the regular.
Okay. Yeah, I have that head. I have that.
This
And I,
is a little bit more inconvenient. It's not like a ball head. That would definitely be quicker and so forth. But you know, I've just really gotten used to this setup. And then it's an Enduro tripod though.
okay.
Okay.
I do have a hammer. Star 61.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Because of the
You
level.
have the ball head one. Yeah. Tim, you have the ball head one.
And no, my one's just like the other chap that just had it, the sort of the cheap aluminium one. Mine's an Amazon Basics.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mark has a ball head. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a. This is a C-Ray. It's a Korean company, and it's a carbon fiber tripod, and it's got a.
It has to be light.
It's fairly light,
Yeah.
but it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, I bet.
And it's built. I don't know. It's not the cost of a Manfrotto, but I've compared it to, and it seems pretty darn close as far as quality and stability and everything. And it folds down. I mean, it's tall. I can extend it all the way up and shoot when I'm standing straight up. So it does have enough height.
Goes up
on
to
it.
6 feet.
Just about, yeah, almost 6 feet. But it folds down compact enough that I can put it in a carry-on bag for a plane. So
I need one of these for video work. The ball head is really good. For photography, you can do with normal heads, no problems. But
Right.
for video work, this can be helpful.
yeah,
You know, if you're tilting and thing, you need it's useful.
yeah. I've gotten away from using the tripod. I do it when I'll go out in the mountains and I'll go hiking. And I'll just attach the camera to the tripod and I'll just carry it over my shoulder everywhere I go. And I just got to get back in the habit of doing that when I'm in the city. I haven't traditionally carried it with me when I'm in town.
But I keep this one. Usually, right now it's fully extended because I was doing a photo shoot, you know, in the garage. But I normally keep this first leg when I'm carrying it around retracted like that, and then that way all I have to do is if I need more height, if I'm in the field somewhere, it's really quick for me just to extend this last leg. You know what I'm saying? And I'll already have my camera mounted and just slung over my shoulder like
That's
that.
the way I carry mine.
And
And if you pay attention and you make sure that the camera's on there, there's no issues at all.
no, there's no issues. No, it's when you don't pay attention and then the darn thing just kind of flies and people are like, "Whoa!" You'll hear noise for you. They're just like, "Whoa!" But it still won't fall off. It'll just like randomly, you know, take off, you know, until it ends there, and then it just looks bad. But yeah, I've gotten really used to this mechanical setup here of this head. It's not, it doesn't bother me so much. But this is actually the position it stays in a lot because I shoot a lot of in the portrait mode.
Portrait.
Yeah, so it stays right here a lot. To tell you the truth. So it's pretty much always ready to go for me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, once you get your gear set up the way you like it, it's not really that hard to use.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a lesson that use your tripod well. That's my.
Yeah, because especially when you're going to start getting up into the higher f-stops, F11, F22, you're going to need more light, so you just need more stability.
Yeah, yeah. That's the one thing I get at the car shows. Most of the time, I've got it fairly wide open, just because I want to get a blurry background. So
Right,
that's one
yeah.
thing that saves me a little bit, but it's not. All right.
All right, Joe, do you also use a remote release or external release as well?
No, I don't. I've tried that before, and that quite frankly, a lot of times I'll use the tripod even for, like, let's say maybe 15 or 20 frames, and then I'll unmount and then do it freehand for a little bit and then put it back on, just so I can connect with my subject a little more. Sometimes when I'm behind the tripod and you're so concentrated on your shot, I'm not necessarily connecting with my subject.
Mm-hmm.
The remotes, I don't know. Just for me personally, I would just rather hit the shutter.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's go through here real quick. We'll go through the rest of these screen share if I can. Where is it? There we go. Start screen share. There we go. Because I know you just posted a couple, Joe. So I'm gonna go through those. And Patrick posted a couple more terrible car shots again. So.
Oh, that guy, man, he sucks, doesn't he?
Yeah, just kick him out of the group. But here's a couple from Wesley Patrick. This was at the Cracker Breakfast. Living
Cracker
History
Breakfast.
Interpreter shares 1870s era Florida farm life. Okay. In Gainesville, Florida.
Oh, this is cool. So that's one of those where they dress up and everything and they reenact everything. That is cool, man.
Yeah, that is neat.
Yeah, it almost looks like a classic shot.
It does, yeah. Very good.
Very good job. You black and white. And, very nice.
Yeah, I love everything about this photo.
Yeah. I like that you can see the steam coming out of the pot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this was Fuji 200. The Minolta XG1 50mm f1.7.
Boy, those 50s. The 50s are special, aren't they? On some of the old cameras, I know 35s are kind of special, but and these 50s are, yeah, they're.
I mean, the cameras from the early 70s, every manufacturer that was worth anything had a good, fast 50mm lens. And I think everybody had, like an f2, f1.8, 1.7.
I think that's when they got the name Nifty 50.
Yeah, probably. Yep. It's just a nice. That seems to be a focal length that kind of fits the eye naturally.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy to kind of compose the shot because you kind of see what you see normally. So I think that's a good. Where am I at? The screen share went away. Let's try it again. But yeah, he did a good job with that. That's nice.
I'd like one of these days when I go back east. I would like to go to one of those reenactment type deals. They of course they had a famous one in House of Cards, right? If anybody's seen the current season of House of Cards, they had that reenactment in there, and he was.
The Civil War reenactment. Yeah. That's kind of, but yeah, that's a very nice shot, Wesley. Good one. Devil's Millhopper, Gainesville, Florida. So this is pretty cool. The texture of the bark, the tree, and then the colors of the mushroom, and
that lighting. It feels like almost fluorescent type lighting on it, or just some kind of.
It's kind of glowing a little bit.
Yeah. really cool. It's not, you know, a warm light. It's really cool. I like the feeling of that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, it's a nice detail shot.
Yeah. You can even see the spider web in there coming off the top of it.
Yeah.
Very nice. Good detail nature shot.
Now, how wacky do you get when you eat one of those things?
Yeah. You probably took that picture before you ate one of them. Yeah.
Is that the good mushroom?
You got to be careful with mushrooms because there's so many out there that are just really, really bad. Now here is a really nice car.
Yeah, one of these days, this guy's going to be a photographer, I swear to God.
Yeah. This is a 1955 Mercedes Gullwing. So what do you think this car is worth? A couple million, probably?
Oh, that thing
Goldwing is
$3
on
million
record most
easy.
beautiful car.
Yeah.
On record is the most beautiful, considered most beautiful car.
You know what, Mark? I think he said this one before was like $6 million or something, didn't he?
Isn't this the same car as the other
Yeah, I think it
Panorama
is.
Photo?
Yeah, I think it
I
is.
think it is. Yeah, that was the one he did last week. I think that was the image he was gone a couple weeks ago and
Yeah.
did this.
They have created a new car, latest car based on that
Yeah.
design, the Goldwing design, and it has those butterfly doors, but not butterfly doors. Butterfly doors are like they open diagonally. These doors open like completely. I don't know what to say now, but yeah, it has some unique doors as well.
Mhm.
But he's got a picture of it, so
Yeah, but this
you'll-
is
you'll
nice.
It's a horrible car to drive. This one is a horrible car to drive. Like it gets hot very soon and it stays hot throughout.
Oh, I want to thank him too for sending that video to me. That was awesome. I mean, just to hear the car run and watch it going down the road and yeah, I don't know. It's just special, man. I love to hear the old cars. You know what I'm saying? Especially the old what they would be a supercar back then. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
love
did
to
he
hear.
send you a video of this one?
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
After the last show, he posted a video for, I think it was just privately, just
I
but
must have missed that one. Yeah.
since I was talking about it, he says, here's a video he did with his, I guess with his iPhone or something. But
Yeah.
it was so cool.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, I don't know. How do you call that these doors? Somewhat like butterfly doors.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And this car was impossible to get into because look how high the step-in is,
Yeah.
and then the width in there is it's about 15 inches wide. So you got to step up and then way into the car to get into the cockpit. But sure looks nice.
Yeah.
It's famous for being so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Windows were like, the doors were designed like this because they didn't want to spoil the design. They wanted to
Right.
keep the design. So
It was
that's why they
totally
designed it.
focused on the design. I mean, look, yeah, these cars are special, man. I guess they do put a lot of engineering into the modern cars with their design, but they're so worried about production and stuff. I mean, the cost of it and stuff like now,
Yeah.
those days, man, cars like that were just super special.
Yeah, they were. And just works of art, really. Rolling works of art.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a great shot. There you go. Be driving one of those things down the road.
Look at that. I mean, that's what it looks like, right? I mean, that's what it. He does a fantastic job of capturing that, man. That's a crap ton of work right there, my friend.
Uh-huh. Yep.
That's a lot of work. I mean, to get the detail underneath the door with the sun shining down like
All
that,
this, yeah.
Yeah.
and all underneath the dash, and that's a lot of work. Probably post-production, but it's a lot of work. And then to be able to still see the mirror, the reflection in the mirror right there on the hood, and I mean,
Yeah.
Patrick's showing off right here.
Yeah, that's where he gets. Well, that's why he gets paid to photograph the stuff.
That's why they send for him all over the darn place.
Mhm.
You bet. Yeah, he's damn. I mean, but look at the condition this thing is in. I mean,
Look
that
at the
thing is,
reflection in the front quarter panel here
Yeah.
and there. back here in the sky back. Yeah, I mean, just and it totally with the sky and the sun, it's open. I mean, just like it just says what you're going to get when you drive the car. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful experience.
See, and that just like I know Mark's kind of tall. Patrick's not necessarily that tall, but I can't imagine someone telling me, okay, shoot it. I can imagine that, but then they're like, go ahead and drive it down over there, and I'd be like, oh, no. We're gonna have to have someone else drive this thing because, in case you haven't noticed, I'm kind of a large individual. I don't think I'm gonna get in there. Like I just couldn't picture myself getting in there. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. Look how wide the door sill is. I mean, you got to step up about 18 inches.
I've gotten, for example, I've gotten in a friend of mine's Mazda Miata, and it looked like I was gonna pop right out of the darn thing. You know what I'm saying? It looked like the second I got in there, I was just gonna right out of it. And then a friend of mine bought one of those, what is it, an X3 BMW? The little tiny BMW convertible. I got in that thing too. It was the same similar experience. I just felt like at any minute I'm gonna pop right out of this darn thing. It's like, yeah.
These are absolutely beautiful cars, and Patrick does a great job with it. It's a very nice car. Now she could fit in the Gullwing.
She definitely could. I'll tell you right now, yeah, because she's about 4'10". Yeah. Yeah, she could definitely fit in there, but she's a pretty stocky girl, man. She's a fitness model, but not a real petite one, an actual lifts heavyweight type girl.
Yeah, she looks pretty. Yeah, she does look pretty solid. I mean, just built.
Yeah, I've got some shots of her from the back, and her back is ripped. Sick. Her husband was the male fitness model that I've shot before too. I've got
okay, all right, yeah.
And so
he's got a 6-pack.
Yeah, a few of them.
And we're not talking Bud Light either.
Yeah, no, there ain't too much Bud Light goes on that 6-pack. I tell you right now. But
she's.
I have 6-packs. They're just hidden under over the pack.
Well, see, the thing of it is I'm like, you can't have a party with a 6-pack. That's why I got a keg, baby. That's why I got a keg. You know what I'm saying? You go to a kegger. You don't go to a 6-packer. You go to a kegger. So, yeah, I carry around a keg, man. You know what I'm saying? You bet. Let's get this party started.
Yeah. Yeah, she.
Good thing we're almost done.
Joe's trying to drive the car off the road again.
Yes. That's why I can't drive them. See, because just go right off the road.
That's a great shot. With the black and the red, and that's just a nice shot.
Yeah, nothing too real crazy. It's just
you didn't show the before and after.
Right. Yeah, just the.
I like these before and afters a lot.
Yeah, it just gives you an idea of what I shot with right out of the camera, and
how much we had to work. People just think that we are just clicking the button, but it's a lot more than that.
Right. Yeah. So and then with her, it was a little. She was so looking forward to working with me. Just you're gonna help me so much, and you're such an amazing photographer, and I'm like, God, really? I don't know. I think you got the wrong guy. So, but it was really tough with her because she's an actual, a very, very experienced model, just like her husband is. And she's done a lot of fitness competitions, a lot of modeling for those competitions, and so she's real experienced in front of the camera. But she had just got braces weeks before this shoot, and to top off braces, she had got they for some reason put her 2 different colors, so her bottoms were one color and her tops were another color.
Oh, that's not good.
So yeah, that was really challenging. So it was tough on her, because she couldn't quite do her mouth the way she wanted, and it did really affect the way her lips were. But so it was a challenge for the both of us. You know, and I had to, you know, it's another one of the deals. Like people see pictures of beautiful women and they don't necessarily, they just think that, oh yeah, they're beautiful. Of course they can pose like, well, they're really not that confident. You know what I'm saying? They're really, you still do have to boost them up a lot, you know, and you know, there's a lot of things that are said and there's a connection that's made, and because you really do have to help that confidence still. And especially like this, she really wasn't feeling confident. She wanted to shoot anyway, which I admired because I always do as well. So, you know, you're just trying to make someone feel good even though they don't necessarily feel good, you know?
Yeah.
And that was another thing that's going on behind the scenes. But, you know, she still had, you know, some typical skin that you can see, a lot of blemishes and stuff like that. So I like to post these so people can see, you know, this is what goes into it, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
And
not
there's a
just-
lot of
just take-
pre-production work also involved.
Yeah.
It's not
People
just,
don't realize that lighting takes a lot of time. Lighting the subject and setting it up, you know, setting everything up takes a lot of time as well. Especially with the video work, it takes hours sometimes, you know.
You know, yeah, that's, yeah, like I posted a, what do you call that, a low-key image, black and white image of a gal named, oh darn it, Selena, and that, there was so much planning that went into that shoot, man. There was a lot. I mean, we planned that for an easy month ahead of time. It's not just, some of these shoots aren't, you know, even this one, the before and after right here, I mean, I planned that for a couple weeks, you know what I'm saying? You know, the models typically have to send me at least 1 or 2 selfies so that I can get a general idea of what you look like, and we'll still meet with each other, so I can see how you act and how we get along and so forth. And, you know, there's so much that goes into it, you know?
Yeah, it's not just taking the camera, pushing the button, and posting it on the web.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it is. I'm not going to say that's not always the case, because sometimes I have never met them, haven't seen a picture of them, and you know, that first hour, you know, a lot of my shoots are 2 hours, well, 3 hours, 1 hour for makeup, 2 hours for shooting, and that first hour of shooting is very awkward. You know what I'm saying? Them trying to fill you out, so you really are narrowed down to like an hour to try to get the shot that we're both there for. You know?
Yeah. It's not automatic by any means.
No.
That's for sure. Well, cool. Very good. I'm going to table the discussion on photo sharing and portfolio sites, because I know you've done a couple different things with that, Joe, as far as coming up with ways to display photos and sell photos.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of going through that process, but I've got some ribs in the oven that I need to get taken care of. Dinner.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's is it pork or beef rib?
It's pork ribs. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pork rib Saturday.
Pork rib Saturday. Yeah. Special alert.
Yeah.
But, let's table that until next week. You guys maybe think about it, because I've been going through and demoing a couple different options, different from what I have been doing. So I'd be interested in feedback from any of you guys on what you've done or looked at as far as portfolio or photo sales sites.
Yeah, because I've actually got a book, and it's a physical book that I carry around.
Okay.
I've actually got a book, so if someone wants to see my port, I literally have it with me at all times. Someone wants to see my port, whether it be a client, a model, anybody. I have it with me at all times, and I you know, it's as close as I usually carry it in my truck. So I'm like, oh, you know, if they want to see it, I can get to it real quick. Here's my book, you know, and so that's.
So let's talk about that next week. In addition to doing some photos, I should have a little extra time next week to do that. Good images, guys. It's good. It's a good show. Got some good. I think I'm going to start titling the shows, John. I think this one is going to be "Show Me Your Tripod."
Yeah. I could, I won't say anything because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just.
On that note, I think we'll end this
Less is more.
potential
Less
train
is
wreck in
more.
progress here.
Yeah. I do want to do like another. Yeah, I have stuff that I can't say just yet. There's a lot of things happening with me. You'll probably start to see it here in the next month or two. But
Cool.
yeah, hopefully I'll have the time to start doing some of these ideas that have always been up in here.
Light painting.
So.
Yeah, well, cool. Yeah, we're looking forward to that, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing some changes to my blog and photo site here at some point in the next month.
Hey, so you're not doing the podcast anymore? Am I understanding that right?
I'd love to. It just sucked up so much time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing more work. I'm working more this year than I have in the past, and which is great. I mean, I'm
Right.
doing my job, but there's only so many hours in the weekend, and it's a challenge. I hope I can get back to it. So, I've gotten some good comments on it, but doing it and editing it and putting it together, that's a few hours at least.
It is. Yep.
And
that's exactly my problem. Exactly.
Tough, and it's like 3 hours I don't have to spare.
That's
I could spare it, but then I couldn't do some other stuff that I want to do.
Yeah, that's.
Spend time with my wife.
Yeah, imagine that. Yeah.
I don't know. So, yeah. Hopefully I can get back into it, but for now it's on the back burner. So.
Yeah, I don't blame you, Mark. You got to do what you got to do, man. We have these ideas, but man, like you say, there's only
tons of ideas and not unlimited time. That's the problem.
No, and then if you have one thing that's booming, like my beer reviews, and then my photography starts booming, something's got to give, because I do work 50, 60 hours a week at the same time. So it's like,
I'm the same way. Yeah, between work and anything outside of work, there's only so much time, and you have to, and our interests change. We get busy doing one thing we become more focused in one area or another, and
right.
It's just life. I mean, just the way it is. So. All right,
okay,
guys.
man. We'll let you get back to the ribs, man. Thanks.
Thanks, Bree. Thanks, Tim, for staying up. Raj, thanks for joining in.
Thanks.
Yeah. And I look forward to more images next week. And have a great week, guys.
You too. Bye.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.